Look, I know what you're thinking. $100,000 for a Jeep? It sounds like a punchline, until you actually step inside the 2026 Grand Wagoneer. But here's the real question. Can a brand known for getting muddy truly take down the titans like the Escalade or the Navigator? This year, Jeep isn't just asking that question. They're changing the rules of the game with a lower price tag and a serious identity shift. Let's start with the face of this beast. Have you noticed the change? For years, Jeep tried to make Wagoneer its own sub-brand, leaving the Jeep name off the hood. Well, that experiment is over. The 2026 model proudly wears the Jeep badge again. You get a revised, chrome-free design with an illuminated, slimmer grille that looks far more sophisticated. Those LED headlights are raised about 2 inches higher now, giving it a more commanding stare. It sits on massive new alloy wheel designs, ranging from 18-inch alloys to 22-inch black-finished rims that fill out those squared-off arches. But here's the rub. Is it too boxy? Some will love the rolling fortress vibe. Others might find it a bit refrigerator-like. At over 216 inches long and sporting up to 10 inches of ground clearance with the Quadralift air suspension, it is undeniably huge. It's a lot of metal to maneuver in a tight parking lot, and that 8.4-inch standard ground clearance can feel a bit low for a Jeep if you don't opt for the air springs. Step inside and you'll realize where that money went. We're talking dark waxed walnut open-pore wood and a new dark ruby red colorway that feels more like a private lounge than a car. But wait, is it perfect? Not quite. While the McIntosh 23-speaker sound system is arguably the best in the business, some of the dash layout still feels a bit parts bin compared to the seamless curved OLEDs you'd find in a Cadillac. However, you cannot argue with the tech. You've got a 12-inch main screen, a 10.3-inch climate screen below it, and even an optional 10.25-inch screen for the front passenger. That's a lot of glass to keep clean of fingerprints. And if you're hauling kids, the FamCam interior camera is a lifesaver, though it can feel a bit like Big Brother is watching. Now, how does it move? Jeep made a bold move by retiring the high-output Hurricane engine. Now, the standard choice is the 3.0-liter twin-turbo Hurricane inline-6, pushing 420 horsepower and 468 pound-feet of torque. It'll hit 60 miles per hour in about 6 seconds. Is it enough? For most, yes. But if you're a speed demon, you might miss that extra 540 horsepower punch from last year. If you want real power, you have to go for the new range-extended electric REEV version. It pairs a 3.6-liter V6 generator with a 92 kilowatt-hour battery and dual motors to pump out a massive 647 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque. That drops your 0 to 60 time back to 5 seconds flat. The transmission is a smooth 8-speed automatic, but be warned, when you're pushing this thing to the limit on a curvy road, the driving manners feel a bit less refined. It's a heavy SUV, nearly 6,000 pounds, and it never lets you forget it. What about the fuel situation? If you stick with the gas-only model, expect about 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 on the highway. That's an improvement over last year, but let's be honest. You're still going to be a regular at the gas station with that 26.5-gallon tank. If you opt for the long wheelbase L model, you get a larger fuel tank for a total range of over 550 miles. Need to pull a boat? This thing is a towing champ, handling a best-in-class 10,000 pounds when properly equipped with the heavy-duty trailer tow package. But keep in mind, towing that much will tank your MPG faster than a lead weight. When it comes to hauling the family, the cargo space is staggering. Even with the third row up, you've got 27.9 cubic feet of space. That beats the Escalade. Fold everything down, and you have over 116 cubic feet. It's essentially a luxury van in disguise. Safety-wise, it's packed with over 170 features. Adaptive cruise, lane centering, and 360-degree cameras are all here. The only downside? Some of those active driving assists, like the drowsy driver detection, can feel a bit nanny-ish and intrusive on long highway hauls. Finally, let's talk numbers. The 2026 Grand Wagoneer starts around $66,530 and climbs up to $102,680 for the Summit Obsidian. It's actually cheaper to get into a Grand Wagoneer this year than it was last year, thanks to the reintroduction of rear-wheel drive on the base models. So, is it the king of the luxury hill? It's definitely got the muscle and the interior to challenge the best from Detroit and Germany, even if the boxy styling isn't for everyone. It's a Jeep that finally knows it's a Jeep again, and that might be its greatest strength. What do you think? Does the lower price and new tech make this the one to buy over an Escalade? Or is it still just too much box for your driveway? Comment your thoughts.